Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Taurus. So, Taurus, as usual, I'm doing this reading with my own tarot deck, so the cards that you'll see are from this deck. So, Taurus, it feels like your reading has this tone of a collective energy, although this is for Taurus. And I feel like this has to do with a task that you are doing on behalf of the collective. So it is connected to the collective, but you are the one going first or going on behalf of the others. And I feel like there is this process of sifting and sorting and actually selecting those that are ready for the next level, which is going to be a lot more visible in this material realm, in this 3D. And I feel like those that are going to be selected are the ones that are truly aiming to build something together. So there is this split of the collective that is happening, and it's almost like you are um, seeing it through, or you are making sure that it's going to be very pure, very just, very fair. Um, and it's not like you have the power to select. You are the ones being selected, right? But it's almost like you are, it's not necessarily a way shower, but you are a symbol or a representative of those that are selected. And so it's almost like you're going to be, I don't know if that's the right word, but it's like you're going to be an example for the others that are still waiting to be selected for this building process that is going to happen later on. So you are working for the collective, Taurus, because we're beginning with the world. And it's interesting, this card has the weight of the world on your shoulders. And actually, the words that this card brought to you were, there is a big task at hand. So a big task that you are, in a sense, responsible for, or it's like it's not necessarily in your hands, but you're seeing it through, right? You see the difference. You're not the creator of this. You're not the maker of this. You're not the selector. You are, or even the judge, right? Because the judgment card is coming later on. You are, you are inspecting the situation, or you are a witness to what is going on in the world, in the collective, working on behalf of the collective. So being a part of the collective, but at the same time understanding the responsibility that it entails to be part of this collective as an awakened being. Because here is the collective that is awakening. The Seven of Swords is representing all of those that are coming together as one mind, or as one truth, one thought. And it's still separate. It's almost like there still needs to be this coming together that came in. It came, this message of coming together came in another collective reading that I can't remember what it was. um I feel it, maybe it was in December 2024. So the last readings, I can't remember, but it was one of the last collective readings that I did, this collective coming together. So this is what the Seven of Swords is representing, not physically yet, but the minds coming together. So almost like a collective meditation, a collective intention setting, or something that feels very it's like the direction is very clear forward, but there is a purpose for this collective coming together. There's still this sense of separation, and with the devil coming here, I feel like this is almost like a funneling type of energy. It's like there is this gathering point, almost like uh going through a keyhole, or going through a very narrow tiny place. So it's like a lot of people joining together, being clustered in a sense, in this spot, which feels almost like what is a word? Uh, it's not a roadblock. When you have like to choose, what is the name of that thing? It's not a roadblock, is it? I can't remember, but you know what I mean. A fork in the road, right? It's like you get to a point where you're together with others, knowing that your task is on behalf of these ones. So perhaps already here there is this almost like this natural selection of you, or of who is going to be the first one to choose either side. Because I do feel like there is this sense of clear separation among the collective, right? The collective that is already concentrating here at this threshold, but is a threshold that offers options, at least two options. And I feel like the difference between the two, it's not necessarily going to be so obvious or so well communicated. It's more like the perception of each person seeing the value in each direction. So the devil here is not necessarily the traditional meaning that it brings. It's more talking, and it's not even a trick. It's not a trick, right? It's not manipulation. It's just symbolizing the point of gathering here at the center, but then it splits in two because the collective is going to be divided, or it's like this natural selection process, which I feel like it's already known to these that are here, which you seem to be part of. And even though you don't want to be the leader, I don't feel like you are, it's not like you are aiming to be the leader, to be the chosen one, to be the first one to go, but there is a natural selection, or it's almost like a coming together of minds that have the same insight pointing towards you, which is the one here in the center. So it's almost like you're going to be the first one to go, to make this choice, to choose whether you want to go this way or that way. And I feel like that's the reason why there is this big task that you are performing, that you are taking the lead in a sense, not as a common leader, right? It's almost like you're still within the group, you're still, as everybody else. There is no distinction, but you are going the first, you're going to be the first one to go. So that shows, it's almost like shows the clarity of mind that you're able to hold. It's like you're holding this clarity in you that is, it's true to who you are. So you're going to be able, and that's the reason why I started the reading saying about how perhaps you are going to serve as an example for the other ones, because it's almost like nobody's gone beyond this point. Nobody knows exactly what the two sides are going to bring, or what choosing one or the other is going to entail, right? It's more like this courage to just go. And I feel like you are going because there is this it's almost like a it's wanting to be like the collective consciousness that is deciding with you. So it's like you just decide to go and the others are in favor of that, right? And it's very subtle because it's still in the realm of spirit or in the ethers, but nevertheless it is a big deal, right? So you know that you are performing this big task, Taurus. And here, when you decide that it's time for you to decide whether you want this or that direction, it's like the others are still going to be here gathered around this spot, right? This concentration, this cluster. The judgment day arrives. This is what this card is bringing. So here comes the big task. Here comes the big deal. This is the reason why this is not as simple as just choosing to eat an apple, or I don't know, whatever else, like a banana, or it's not like a very ordinary choice. It's a very big choice. And I feel like in a sense the responsibility that you carry, right, for the collective, because you are being this symbol, this it's not even the spokesperson, it's more like the representative that is going first. So whatever happens to you, it's almost like it's going to be perceived as a very big deal. It's like you're going to set the standard, right? So whatever you choose, it's going to be like a high standard, or a medium or a low, or however you want to see this standard that you're taking on, or that you are going to define by the choice that you make on behalf of the collective, but also for you, right? Because you're part of the collective. So you know that there is a big, big responsibility. It is kind of like this judgment day type of moment, right? But you're not shying away from it. So, because of this word judgment, or this term judgment day, that I'm not too familiar with, just because I don't have a religious background. But I do feel like the next card that is coming, so the Nine of Wands, it is explaining to me a little bit what this Judgment Day could be described as, or what is the atmosphere, or what is the purpose of this, right? The big deal of this moment. Because to me, the Nine of Wands can be seen in two ways, right? One way would be, the traditional way, which carry the weight, the struggle, the challenge, the hardship, all of that. But there is this other way that perhaps you're able to see, and maybe that's the reason why for you it might be easier to choose to see the beauty in despite of the challenge or the unknown choice that you're about to make for the collective, right? Because it's like, for you to see the beauty, you have to have the eyes to see the potential that lies ahead. So even though there isn't much, you know, it's like the details of what's going to happen on either side, they're not there, right? So it's like you have to take a risk. There is this leap of faith in a sense. And so you trust in the truth that you carry, that is also part of the collective consciousness that I was talking about. And you choose to believe in the beauty. You choose to believe that there is something beautiful to be built after you go through this path, after you choose one way or the other. So it's almost like the difference between the two paths is almost like it's the same, but the frequency, or the density, or um like the challenges are going to be different depending on the point of view that you have, depending on the truth that you believe, depending on how much you want to work with the others that are going to be there with you, right? So it's almost like you have no idea who's also going to choose this path that you're choosing, but you're willing to work collectively as part of the whole to build something that is good for everybody, right? And so there are trials and tribulations. So it's almost like this: one way is filled with fire, right? And the other is filled with flowers. Because to me, this Nine of Wands is the path of flowers. If you choose to see it that way, right, you have to have the eyes to see it that way. So it's almost like the path that is ahead is the same, right? So it's almost like, yes, there is this point of, everybody gathering, right, at this fork in the road. But each person who gets to this point and is asked to proceed forward, it's like it's going to be the same path, but it's like your point of view, or it's like how you see the path ahead, or maybe your fears, right? Fear of being alone, the fear of, struggling, the fear of not making it through, whatever it is. It's like, if you are holding the truth based on fear, that is going to be your truth. So it's like it's naturally going to select, each person. So you, Taurus, are choosing to see the path of flowers because it's like on the other side, you know that you want to build something. It's almost like you're going to be so hands on, because I'm seeing the Three of Pentacles as a very labor intensive type of work. So it's almost like building Garden of Eden is what I'm hearing right now. And I feel like this, this entire message that has, the Judgment Day and the Path of Flowers and building this Garden of Eden, it's almost like this chance of, in a sense, bringing heaven to earth, but knowing that there is this sorting and sifting type of distinction, separation that is happening through the collective. So it's almost like even through the ones that are gathered here, right, that came to the same spot, it's almost like the purity of the intention is going to be judged, not by you, right? It's almost like you're going to be the first one to be judged in a sense. So it's like you're going to set the bar high or low depending on how you view this this path forward, right? If you choose to perceive it as trials, right? Trial by fire, it's like you're going to show the others. It's like you're going to, it's almost like ignite the fire, right? Even more. It's like it's going to be the tone that most people are going to see. But if you choose to see, as with, this potential for this beautiful garden to flourish, so seeing the path of flowers, it's like that the work is going to be done to make sure that they bloom, right? Because this is like the hands-on type of work after you get there. So in a sense, it's like they are leading to different paths. They are leading to different outcomes, I should say, right? Different results. So it's almost like, what is your intention even before you go through this path? If it is working together with the collective as the same, right? So for this common good, it's like you're naturally going to see, first and foremost, you're going to see the path of flowers. You're going to see the potential. You're not going to mind the challenges that come with it because it's like you're willing to put the work, you're willing to work with others to overcome that. But not everybody is going to see the same way as you. And so it's important that you do set the intention for the rest, because it's like you're going to set the bar very, very high with this, right? Not in a hierarchical way. It's not, again, you're not the leader. You're just going first. And so you're just setting the tone for the entire experience, the Judgment Day for the collective that is going to come after you. But ending here with the Knight of Wands, I do feel like part of this collective, maybe because of still, like the involvement of the devil, right? The traditional meaning of the devil, the tricks and the manipulations. It's like they're still going to see. It's almost like they're going to see whatever they are programmed to see, because you see the helmet here is just talking about being closed-minded. So it's like this mind that is on fire, but it's contained. It's very maybe it's very selfish, maybe it's very self-absorbed, it's very egotistical, right? It's like there are some people from this collective that are going to envy how you're going to do this, right? So it's almost like either blaming you or whatever it is, criticizing you. It just feels like it's very inflamed, right? The Knight of Wands is just talking about the inflamed part of the collective that perhaps, without understanding that there was this sorting and sifting, is going to end up in the path that is, the fired up one, the trials and the tribulations. So it's almost like they're going to look at you and not going to understand how so little, right, of these. So, just a few of these wands are going to end up in the same place as you. Not everybody is going to end up. And those that are not here building with you are going to look at you. And first, it's almost like the reason why I feel like they are angry is because there is envy, right? Because they're not there with you, with the others. And it's actually reminding me of the collective, the not the collective, the extended that I did for Aries, that was talking about the few people that are selected for a specific task. So, Taurus, I do feel like there is a big task that you know that you have to go for it. It's like it is your responsibility in a sense. So, I am going to pull more cards to see where this wants to go, and also I'm going to pull from the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. You can find the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Bye.